Let's say you heard this piece a couple days ago with a friend and you both decided to learn it. And let's say that you called them today and it turns out they've learned it, they can play it for their friends, and they've been performing for guests. And you are still practicing the first couple of measures one-handed. Why might that be? How can it be that someone else can learn something with such seeming ease what is difficult for you? The topic of this video is what thoughts should be occurring to your mind when that happens. Now, the first thoughts that might be occurring to you are, perhaps, I'm just not talented enough, or I'm not musical enough, or maybe you're just dumb. Now, that would mean you're the problem, somehow you're not good enough. Okay, that might be one thought you have. Another one might be, you're not hardworking enough. Maybe since you left that friend that night, they've been practicing ceaselessly for the last few days, and you just haven't put in the hard work and the requisite time that would be needed to play a piece like that. In other words, you're lazy. What I would like to suggest is a third possibility. Maybe they know something that you don't know yet. So let's see what that might be for this piece. So let's say when you looked at this piece for the first time, the first thing that occurred to you was that the rhythm looks very difficult. And so you had the idea, you better just learn it with one hand to make sure that you've understood the left and the right in and of themselves. And indeed, this looks very difficult rhythmically, doesn't it? We have a bunch of 16th note rests, and we have dotted 8th notes and notes tied across beats, etc. But the problem with playing it with one hand is that you're continually having to think, for example, how long is this note? How long is this note? How long is, for example, this pause, etc. Let's say, since you're not making so great progress with this piece, that we want to ask your friend what he might know that you don't know yet. And maybe he or she would tell us the following. If you look at the beginning, you see the left hand plays a note, and again the left hand plays, and again the left hand, and again the left hand, and then the right hand plays, and then the right hand, and then it's the left hand's turn again. And here it looks like both hands are going to play, but since we have a tied note here, it's actually only the right hand playing, and then the right hand plays alone, and then here where the right hand has a rest, the left hand plays, and then it's the right hand's turn, etc. And it turns out, your friend tells us, that if you look at this entire piece, there is never a 16th note anywhere where both of your hands are playing a note at the same time, and there's never a 16th note where neither one of your hands are playing. So concretely, that means if we look at this first beat, we see that the left hand plays on the first 16th of the beat, and the right hand plays on the second and third, and the left hand plays again on the fourth. So that would sound like this. If I combined the left hand and the right hand into one rhythm, it would sound like this. So we're disregarding how long any one of these notes might last. We're just considering when we actually have to play the note. So if we take the second beat, we see that the only time that the right hand has a rest is exactly the time when the left hand has to play. So if I clap that, combining that into one rhythm, it sounds like this. The same thing goes for the next beat, and the same thing goes for the next beat, etc. for the entire piece. There is never a time when you either have to play with both hands at the same time or where no hand is playing. So I will now perform a clapping version of the combined left and right hand rhythms to this piece. Bored yet? That is the thing that your friend knew that you didn't know. That in this piece, if you know the order in which the left and right hands have to play, then you get the rhythm for free. In other words, one-handed practicing in this case is not the solution. Now, what I am not saying is that if you have this knowledge, you can automatically play this piece without practicing it. What I am saying is that the next time you experience this, that someone is able to learn a piece much faster than you, you don't necessarily have to have the thought, you're not good enough, or you have not worked hard enough. But perhaps, as your first suspicion, you should think that you just need an aha. You might be wondering, what was that piece he was playing the whole time? Well, this is it right here. You can see my name right here, but you don't see a title. I don't have a title yet. I also don't have the rest of the piece. But if you like the piece and you think you might want to play it, give us a comment, and maybe I'll compose the rest of the piece. And if you have a good idea for a title, we're open to ideas.